Let's talk about Cheeto Man. The whole bond market story just took a surprising turn. After weeks of raising taxes on imports and causing tensions with other countries, President Trump, Cheeto Man, has decided to pause the tariffs. Yes, the same Trump who imposed the tariffs is now saying, let's hold on for 90 days. Let's hold on, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great 90 days, the best 90 days in US history. I'm sorry, my Trump's terrible. Is this a change of heart or just Trump being unpredictable? No one's sure, but businesses and consumers are just watching, especially those who rely on imported products. So what happens next? Will this pause be a short break before the tariffs come back? Or has Trump realized that hurting trade also hurts the citizens? Who woulda knew? News outlets are looking for answers, and politicians are jumping in either to take credit or point fingers. Either way, Trump's move is making waves, and it's clear he knows how to stir up attention when he wants. Well, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and feel free to express your own views in the comment section below. And keep in mind, here at Rise and Fall Documentaries, we remain neutral and present facts. Trump's trade tariffs came from the idea that the US was getting screwed over in deals for years. He thought we were losing jobs and money to other countries and wanted to fix that. So he started pushing tariffs, basically taxes on imported stuff we bring in to help American workers and businesses. He didn't like the trade deals like NAFTA and the TPP. He felt they left other countries, especially China, take advantage while we just sat back and let it happen. Right after getting into office, he went after steel and aluminum. He said it was about keeping the country safe and stopping cheap metal from flooding the market. Steel got hit with a 25% tariff and aluminum got 10%. It was his way of showing he meant business and wasn't afraid to ruffle feathers. Most critics thought it was too much, but Trump stood firm on it. He believed if America didn't stand up for its own workers, no one else would. Remember in 2018, he slapped tariffs on tons of Chinese products like Will Smith at the Oscars, saying they were stealing American ideas and making shady trades. Fast forward to date, and Trump has kicked off a full-blown trade war. China hit back and both sides keep raising the heat. But Trump saw the tariffs as a way to force China to make changes. But did it work? Well, that depends on who you ask. Some say it's pushing China to the table. Others say it's just making everything more expensive. And after China, more countries and products got dragged in. It wasn't just about China anymore. It was a whole new way of doing trades with the US. Well, Trump said he wanted better deals for the US, even if it meant ticking most countries off along the way. Love him or hate him though, he wasn't afraid to shake things up. And the tariffs has been one of the biggest things he has been known for in his few months in office. Meanwhile, just a few days back, Trump threw a curveball when he paused some tariffs for 90 days. Nobody really saw it coming since he'd been all in on the tough trade moves for weeks now. The break applied to a bunch of countries, but not China. Hopefully to those poor penguins on that random island though. They are still under heavy pressure, which made it clear he wasn't backing off from them anytime soon. The pause seems to be about money more than anything else. Prices are going up and it's been hitting both businesses and citizens. Companies had to pay more. Car makers, electronics, even home builders were all feeling it. Giving them a short break from the extra taxes looks like a way to stop things from getting worse. But here's the thing. Were the tariffs even doing what they were supposed to do? Or were they just making things harder for everyone back home? People in both business and politics were starting to wonder if there was a better way to fix trades than high tariffs. Well, this 90-day pause gives the government a chance to maybe talk things through instead of just slapping more fees on everything. Again, that fee-fi-fo-fum fee keeps coming in. We'll never get rid of it. It also gives Trump some room to look at how things are going and if any of it is working. Other countries are already getting tired of Trump's back and forth, and those penguins are getting pretty pissed at him. And this could have helped cool things down a little. Plus, with some Republicans speaking up, he probably doesn't want high prices and angry allies. As soon as the news hit that the tariffs were getting paused, the markets reacted fast. Stocks went up pretty much everywhere, especially in the US market. It feels like some of the pressure is finally coming off, and maybe things wouldn't be as tense between US and most countries. A lot of businesses probably feel like they could breathe again, at least for 90 days. Companies that got hit the hardest, like automobile and tech brands, are the ones who need this break the most. They've been dealing with higher prices for parts and all kinds of shipping problems. With this pause, they'll get a little more room to fix things without worrying about extra costs piling on. It's not a full fix, but it gives them a chance to figure things out without being in panic mode. Other countries that had to deal with the US tariffs are also happy about the pause. Places like Japan, South Korea, and countries in Europe were actually hoping something like this would happen. They'd been calling the whole thing unfair for a while. Do you think this 90-day break really helps, or is it just another stall before the same stuff starts up again? Not everyone is impressed though. Some supporters say the issues are still there. Issues like trade rules being one-sided or other countries benefiting illegally from the US. They're worried this pause is just a short break and nothing's actually being fixed. Plus, if the rules keep changing every time politics shift, it's hard for companies to know what's coming next. Or let's just say it looks like the bond market is now manipulated. Which, if that's the case, that's illegal. This kind of back and forth makes it tough for these countries to make steady trade. Even though everyone has had their different takes on it, the pause shows Trump's team might be open to handling some problems without jumping into more tariffs again. It's a break from how they've been approaching things. Instead of going full on any longer, they're giving talks a shot. But honestly, this feels like a calmer move, and a bunch of observers see it as a better way than the high tariffs. Sometimes, high tariffs help, sure. But they also mess with costs and makes life harder for businesses. And Trump hitting pause seems like what everyone has been waiting for. Instead of just hammering heavy tariffs, Trump's team might actually try working through some trades in a smarter way. The break gives the White House some time to look around and ask if these high tariffs were actually worth it. They pushed back on international allies, the world homies. But of course, these countries are pushing back too. Supply chains are getting thrown off, prices jumping, and markets getting shaky. The pause also gives the US a shot to reset things with other countries. Countries like Japan and ones in Europe had been annoyed with the whole approach for weeks now. Well, this gives Trump a reason to sit down and maybe talk about fair access, how ideas and products are protected, and how trade should be handled without one side always going it alone. It felt like a small step in the right direction though. Taking a break from tariffs might see the crypto, forex, and stock market getting bullish. With this pause, there's a chance for Trump to rethink things. Instead of just fighting over who gets what, maybe the focus should shift to making deals that don't feel one-sided. And who knows, maybe the big trade deals in the Pacific comes back on the table, but only if it works better for the US this time. And the penguins, I am advocating for the penguins. So pausing the tariffs is just Trump's way of saying, hey, I'm learning my lesson, it's a great lesson, it's the best lesson in history, and yes, the tariffs don't fix everything. I'm sorry, it's too much fun, I'm sorry. Anyway, well, this might ease some of the heat for now, especially with some supporters watching. So, do you think this move actually helps, or is it just for show? Maybe it leads to better trade talks, or maybe it just buys some time. Either way, it's a clear sign they're trying a different approach. At least, for the moment. Tariffs are off the table, but they're not the go-to move anymore, at least for 90 days. And this might actually be a good thing, depending on what comes next. But in the meantime, take care of each other.